We step onto an airplane as an act of faith, placing our lives in the hands of strangers, pilots, flight attendants, mechanics. We settle in, listen to the safety briefing, and trust the marvels of engineering and human expertise to carry us safely. This trust is the foundation of modern air travel, connecting millions across continents every day. But when that trust is shaken by a jolt, a strange announcement, or a sudden crisis, we're reminded of our vulnerability, miles above the ground. These rare moments highlight that safety isn't guaranteed. It's earned daily through vigilance and dedication. Aviation's story is one of learning from mistakes and near misses, with tragedies driving change and improvement. The system relies on layers of redundancy, mechanical backups, co-pilots catching errors, and a web of safety that makes flying statistically safe. We trust the machines, but even more, we trust the people behind them. That's why incidents rooted in human error, especially from those we trust most, are so unsettling. They challenge the very core of our faith in the system and force us to confront the complexities of the human element in aviation safety. The most critical component, human judgment, is also the most fragile. In autumn 2023, events on an Alaska Airlines flight exposed this difficult truth to the world. The illusion of control was shattered, and the industry faced a new frontier in safety. Joseph David Emerson was a respected pilot, a family man, and a trusted professional. Beneath this image, he struggled with profound grief after losing his closest friend, spiraling into depression and sleep deprivation. In an attempt to cope, he experimented with psychedelic mushrooms, further destabilizing his mental state. The aviation industry rigorously screens physical health, but mental health remains a hidden, stigmatized struggle. Pilots often fear seeking help, worried it could end their careers, so many suffer in silence. Emerson was trapped by this culture, unable to reach out. On October 22, 2023, he was deadheading in the cockpit jump seat on Alaska Airlines Flight 2059, not scheduled to fly, but present. To others, he seemed normal, but inside, he was at a breaking point. Grief, exhaustion, and a mental health crisis had left him dangerously unstable. He was a ticking time bomb, just inches from the controls and the lives of 83 others. The system's blind spot had become a direct threat. The flight began routinely, with Captain Timothy Mule and First Officer Ryan Rojani managing the ascent. Emerson in the jump seat chatted casually. Nothing seemed amiss. Suddenly he declared, "I'm not okay," and lunged for the engine fire suppression levers. Pulling those handles would have killed the engines, turning the plane into a powerless glider. The pilots reacted instantly, wrestling Emerson away from the controls in a desperate struggle. For 84 seconds, chaos reigned in the cockpit, but training and composure prevailed. One pilot restrained Emerson while the other calmly declared an emergency to air traffic control. With Emerson subdued, the crew diverted to Portland, Oregon. Flight attendants helped restrain him in the cabin as confused passengers watched. Emerson reportedly told a flight attendant, "You need to cuff me right now or it's going to be bad." The plane landed safely, law enforcement waiting on the ground. The immediate danger was over, but the shockwaves had just begun. The professionalism of the crew had averted disaster. The incident exposed vulnerabilities in the system that could no longer be ignored. The industry faced urgent questions about mental health and cockpit security. The Emerson incident shocked the public and the industry, but it was only the start of Alaska Airlines' troubles. Just months later, a Boeing 737 MAX 9 door plug blew out mid-flight, causing explosive decompression. Miraculously, no one was seriously hurt, but the incident led to the grounding of similar aircraft and a major investigation. More incidents followed. Cargo doors ajar, cracked cockpit windows, and ground collisions. Each event alone might seem minor, but together they painted a picture of deeper issues. Alaska Airlines' reputation for safety was under siege, and public confidence wavered. The cascade of failures raised questions about maintenance, oversight, and safety culture. The airline now faced regulatory scrutiny, operational challenges, and a crisis of trust. The problems ran deeper than a single pilot or a faulty door plug. It's easy to blame one pilot or one manufacturer, but a string of incidents signals systemic problems. The Emerson case exposed a blind spot pilot mental health. Fear of career-ending consequences keeps pilots from seeking help, creating hidden risks. The MAX 9 door plug blowout revealed lapses in both Boeing's quality control and Alaska's maintenance checks. These failures showed cracks in the chain of responsibility between manufacturer and airline. Alaska's rapid growth may have strained its safety culture, with operational pressures outpacing oversight. The incidents forced tough questions about priorities. Was safety being sacrificed for efficiency? True safety requires constant vigilance, investment, and a culture where concerns can be raised without fear. The wake-up call was clear. Safety isn't a one-time achievement, it's an ongoing commitment. The industry had to confront uncomfortable truths to move forward. Alaska Airlines' path forward demanded transparency and decisive action. The airline, with the FAA, inspected its entire MAX 9 fleet, ensuring every door plug was secure. Quality control and maintenance processes were overhauled, with increased oversight at Boeing's factories. The Emerson incident sparked a vital conversation about pilot mental health. Alaska began working with unions and the FAA to create non-punitive reporting and peer support programs. The goals shift from fear and silence to support and proactive care. The FAA increased oversight industry-wide, placing inspectors on factory floors and urging stronger mental health protocols. New standards for psychological evaluations and clearer guidelines for fitness to fly were discussed. Rebuilding trust would take years of safe, reliable operation, not just new procedures. Alaska's leadership acknowledged the seriousness, committing to a culture of safety above all. The lessons of this turbulent period demanded lasting change. Amid all the technology, the true engine of aviation safety is the human network: pilots, crew, mechanics, controllers. Their technical skill and emotional well-being are equally vital. When the human element falters, the system is at risk, no matter how advanced the machines. Emerson's crisis was a stark reminder. Pilots are not infallible. They're human, vulnerable to stress and suffering. Supporting mental health is as critical as checking the landing gear. The heroes of these incidents, pilots, flight attendants, crew, showed extraordinary resilience and training. Their actions proved that human judgment and compassion are the ultimate safety nets. Investing in people through training, support, and fair treatment is the best safety investment. A strong safety culture must focus on people, not just machines. Everyone must feel empowered to speak up and seek help. The health of aviation depends on the health of its people. The sky remains safe, but recent incidents have exposed hidden pressures and weaknesses. We can't return to business as usual. Safety must now fully include the human dimension. A cultural shift is needed, ending the era of silence around mental health. Airlines and regulators must build confidential, non-punitive support systems for aviation professionals. Seeking help should be seen as strength, not weakness. Maintenance and manufacturing vigilance must be renewed, with strict oversight at every stage. Airlines must verify, not just trust, the quality of their planes. Regulators need the authority to enforce the highest standards. Safety is an active, daily pursuit, not a given. Keeping the skies safe is a shared responsibility. Airlines, regulators, and the public all play a role. The trust we place in aviation professionals must be matched by a commitment to their well-being. By fostering openness, investing in health, and demanding excellence, we ensure flight remains one of humanity's safest achievements. The future of aviation safety depends on caring for those who keep us aloft.